Alright, once you find the vehicle you want, put the body kit on it that you want. And then after that, go to paint jobs, paint the base color, the color you want. Alright, we got like a sand color. Is it going to be a matte color? Is it going to be a chrome? Is it going to be a chameleon, candy, gloss, satin, metallic? I'm going to lean more towards a matte. Matte gives us that like gritty texture of sand, so we're going to go with that. Buy that. Go to vinyls. Click X on your keyboard. Click the square. W to move it up. A to move it left. D to move it right. S to move it down. Y to symmetry. Z to zoom it in and stretch it. Then press G to edit the color. Put the hex code you copied. Change your vinyl to matte, satin, whatever it is. Match it to what your paint job is. Confirm. Confirm. Go to the front. Press X. Click the square. Z to zoom it in. Looks good all the way zoomed in. It'll look splotchy like this. The other side will cover it. Then press G to edit the color. You don't have to enter the hex code in again because it saves it over here on the grid. Confirm that. Then go to the back. Press X. Select the square. Hold Z to stretch it out. Fill in the blank spots from the front. Press G to color. Select that. Confirm. Confirm. Go to the top of your vehicle. Click X. Might have to rotate it. That's Q to rotate it to the left. E to rotate it to the right. A to move it to the left. And then hold Z to zoom it in. And then once you get it like that, you can either press 1 or go over and click it. Add control. And then click whole car, T, or just click it. And then go around and make sure it's filled in. If it's not, you could edit it while it's in this. Zoom it out, zoom it in. And then edit your color. If you want a white glass, go with white. But I'm going with black. Pull the opacity down as far as you want. If you want it blacked out, have it blacked out. If you want a little bit see-through, have it like that. We're gonna black it out. Space confirm, confirm. Make sure everything looks right, which it does. Press escape. Save changes, yes. Escape one more time, another time until you get to the main menu. And then press F4. Or if you have a 60% keyboard, FN and 4. And then navigate to Tools in your Keynote menu. Car dump. Dump full model and livery. And it should pop up Subaru Forester _ mesh or whatever vehicle you're using. You can rename it to whatever you want. Or if you want to leave it default, that's fine. Just press OK. It says it's been saved at the top. Close that out. Close the game out. Navigate to your files where you have Kino. If you have it on Steam, go to Steam. Go to Library. Right click on carx drifting online. Go to Manage, browse local files. Press Kino, mods, Kino base, and then car dumps. But since I have it in a file, I'm going to navigate to where I have my file. Carx Drift Racing Online, Kino, mods, Kino base, car dumps. It should be 5 files. You have your texture glass, your texture body. You got a text file. You got your material glass and your material body. Highlight all those. Drag them to your desktop. makes it easier in the process. You're done with your file for now. Close that out. Open up Blender. Once Blender's up and running, left click to get this pop up out of your way. Right click, delete. Then when you're ready to import your vehicle, go to File, Import. So you want to go to File and Import. Click Import. The very last one, the GLTF 2.0 file. Click that. Then navigate to your desktop where we put the mesh. Click on that. Press Import GLTF 2.0. And your vehicle will come in. You want to left click off your vehicle, go into the search bar and type body. Press enter. And then you want to control left click where it has these red orbs right here. Not on the red orb, but beside them on the word. And do that for all the red orbs you see. Alright, once you're at the bottom and you have all of them selected, bring your mouse over to the left, away from the orbs. Control J to join them. Once that's done, you want to go to the red planet or materials at the very bottom. Click the base color or the yellow dot. Then navigate to image texture. From image texture, you'll click that and go to where you see the file and it says open. Open that and go to your desktop where we dragged the files. We selected the body, so we're gonna click textured body. Double click that and make sure that it's applied. UV editing. That looks fine. Then go to texture paint. That's how we want it to look. If it looks like this in textured paint, you accidentally selected a mesh material when you're selecting the orbs. So you want to Control Z all of that and redo all of it. Import it back, type in body, click all the orbs. Go slow. Then once you got that done, you want to go back to layout. In the same search bar, do not click off your vehicle. Delete body, type in glass. Press enter. These red orbs, you'll control left click the glass with the red orbs. Do that for all the glass that you have. Once that's done, you'll bring your cursor over to the left, Control J. It's joined. You'll come over to the base color or the yellow dot. Click the yellow dot and then find image texture. Click that. Then go to the file where it says open underneath image texture. Open that. Go to your desktop. Since we have glass this time, you want to do textured glass, not material glass, textured glass. Open image. Now that you got your textured glass in, UV editing, textured paint. This is normal. You will have the wireframe of your vehicle over your glass, but you will not paint over your body when you're inside the glass frame off to the left. Once you're ready to start coloring, take this slider, bring it all the way up. You can zoom in. You could color on your body with white or any color. You see, I don't want it to be white, so I'll press Control Z to undo what I just did. And if you want it to just be on the glass, you'll come over to the glass and color on the glass. That's the back glass. But I don't want that there. So I'll press Control Z. But it didn't all go away because I did multiple scribbles. I'll let go and went again. So Control Z again. Now it's all gone. when you're ready to import an image, you will find an image. So you have some pre-selected images. You can find them on Google, Pinterest, whatever, wherever you get your images, doesn't matter. Once you have it, right click, save image. It's going to save. Now you need to determine where you want to save it at, where you can find it later. I'm going to put it in my exe file, but I'm going to rename it to OC, and then save it. It should save to your download, which it's saved in my download for me. I'm going to take it from my download and drag it into the exe. And then from there, I'm going to come over here to the right hand side where you were clicking on the red planet. Underneath the red planet, there's a checkerboard texture. Click that. Press new. And then once you've pressed new, go to open. Press open, and then go to where your pictures are saved. Mine are in exe. And then you look for your image. There's my image, OC. Open image. You see it doesn't pop up yet. That's fine. You'll go up here to tools. And then in tools, you'll go to texture. And then from texture, you'll click the drop down. And then where it says mapping, view plan, put that to a stencil. Now it'll pop up. Your image might look weird. So you want to click image aspect, and that'll fix that. Now let's say you don't see this and you're on a smear tool. You won't see it. You'll see a textured mask. Make sure you have the brush selected and you have your color set to white. And then go to texture. Go to the checkerboard. Press new. Open. Then find your image again. Open your image. There it is. Go back to the tool. And then go to texture. Stencil. Image aspect. I only want this on my windows. So I'll bring it over to the left hand side and fit it to my window. To zoom in, scroll wheel to zoom in onto the glass. If you want to move the glass, it is shift, middle click is to move the glass around. And then if you want to resize your image, it is shift, right click to zoom it in and out. It's a little finicky, so go slow. Once I have it the size I want it, about right there, I'll take my brush, left click, and drag it over it, and that'll apply the stencil. And then you let go, move this, same thing over here, middle mouse button click in to rotate your car around to see how your image is laid. Right click to move it around, the image around. Then if you want to rotate your car, middle mouse click and just rotate your mouse. If you want to move the car left, right, up, down, it's shift middle click of your mouse wheel. Control middle click of the mouse wheel is fine zoom in, fine zoom out. Scroll wheel in, scroll wheel up is to zoom in, scroll wheel down is to zoom out. I missed a spot there, so Control Z, bring it back over, size the image up just a little bit more, to about there. And just scribble in. Be careful when you get close to the other glasses, because it will overlap on them. Then if you want to see if you got everything and you don't want to look over to the right, just bring your mouse, don't click anything, just drag your mouse over to the right hand side and that'll move it out of your way. I missed a spot right here, so I'll just go right back over it since it snaps right back in place when I move my mouse away from it, not clicking anything. Alright, that looks good. Let's say you didn't want it to be just on the glass and you wanted it to be on the vehicle and the glass. Up here is your directionals, so you got your X, negative X for left and right, Y for the back, negative Y for the front, Z for the top, negative Z for the bottom. And you just click these to do that. I want it to be on the X. Now, don't press your middle mouse scroll wheel in this right here. If you do that, it'll come out of alignment. If it does, just come back up to the top, click X. Zoom in with scroll wheel up, scroll wheel down, zoom out. When you want to move, you want to shift middle click to move. To zoom in, scroll wheel up, shift middle click, move. Once you get the where you want the vehicle and have good sight of it, leave it there. And then we'll resize our image to the vehicle. Shift right click to the left is to minimize it. Shift right click and move your mouse to the right is to zoom it out. And then same process as when you're on the glass, just take your mouse, left click over it, and just drag it across. And that's how you get it on your body and your glass. Now let's say you just want it on your body and not your glass. You'll come over here to the left hand side, navigate your way up to the top underneath texture paint, and it's a mountain with the sun. Click this arrow down here and then see where it says textured body, click that. There's your textured body. Same controls apply. Scroll wheel up is to zoom in, scroll wheel down is to zoom out. Shift and middle mouse button is to move it around. Control middle mouse to zoom in a little bit and zoom out a little bit. Right click is to move the painting around. Shift right click left is to minimize the image. Shift right click is to zoom out the image. Control right click is to rotate the image. Once you get the image to the size you want and where you can see where you're placing it, I want it right there, but I don't want it on the rails right here or here. So if your brush is too big, what you want to do is come up here to where it says radius. You could left click it and drag it back or forwards. Forwards to increase, back to decrease. Or you could click it once and type in the size you want. I want size 35. Scribble that in. Once that's scribbled in, move it over to the right hand side to see if you missed any spots. Alright, it didn't. I can minimize this now. And there we go. It's only on the roof, not the rails. If you want it on the rails, you'll bring it over here, back to where you had it, line it up, and then color in the rails right here. It's different on every vehicle. The rails might be placed somewhere else. Alright, there we go. I'm happy with that. And let's say you didn't want the color to be right there. What you could do is go in here. If you have the hex code of your vehicle still saved from when you painted it, just copy and paste it in there. Remove the image and color over it. You can also change the color of your vehicle inside Blender. Just choose the color you want. Choose the fill tool and just fill in your vehicle. And that'll change the color of the vehicle inside carx. But I don't want any of that. So I'll just Control Z until I'm back to only having an image on the glass right here. I want an image on every single glass. Alright, and let's say you have an image that you want to have on both sides of your vehicle and mirror it. All you'll need to do is navigate to the tool section, scroll down until you find symmetry, click the arrow, mirror, click X for mirroring, and then situate the vehicle like you want. I'll click X on the top to get a flat view, zoom in where I want it, get the stingray in the window with the coral reefs at the bottom, left click to highlight, and once that's done, move it off to the left side. See if you miss anything. Now you can zoom out and minimize this or move it out of your way and rotate, and the image will be on the opposite side. It doesn't work great for words because it'll mirror the words and turn them backwards, so your best bet is to just individually place your words on one side and then try to get it as close as possible on the other side. Just remember to have mirroring off when you're doing back glass and stuff like that, because it could end up mirroring like this and overlap, and you don't want that. So just Control Z. I don't want the stingray here, so Control Z that. Those are gone. Click X to turn off mirroring, and now it's only on one side of the vehicle. And then just find the images that correlate and just try to keep them in the same name basis so they're lined up together. So I had the first one named OC, so I'm going to name this one OC2. Enter. Alright, I got all the images I wanted. Go into here. There's your images. Just left click off the side of them, highlight all the images you have, drag them into the file that you have your images. But let's say you don't want the background on your image. You'll go to a website that you can remove your background from and take your image, drag it from your file into the website. And let's say you didn't just want a shark. For this particular website, you could go to Edit Cutout and then Edit Cutout again, and you can manually pick what you want in here. So I want to restore some fish. want some of this coral reef in here as well. So I'll just add all this in. But what if I don't want the ocean? Erase, and just click on the blue part and it'll get rid of the blue. I do want this other fish up here. So add that in, but that blue got highlighted. So erase that blue. Perfect. Let's say I wanted it just like that. Confirm, and then download it. It's going to be OC2. I'm going to rename it 2.0 just so I know which one it is. That's downloaded. Now I can exit out of this unless I have more pictures that I want to get the backgrounds off of. But that's good enough for me. Here's OC 2.0. And if you didn't name it a different name, you could just click on it and see. So here's OC2 with the ocean and all of it behind it. Here's the updated one with just the coral reef, the sharks, and some fish. So, excluding this OC2, I'll drag these, highlight them, and drag them into the folder that I have my images saved in. I'm done with my file. I'll navigate back to the checkerboard. New. Make sure you have your brush selected from your fill tool if you change the color of your vehicle. Press your brush, navigate to the checkerboard or texture, press new. Where the file says open, open it. Go to the file you have your images saved in. Scroll down until you find your images. Here's my images. I want to use OC 2.0. If you hover over the mountain with the sun, it'll show you what picture it is if you're not sure. Click that, open image. See, it's all stretched and distorted. So I'll navigate back to my tool, image aspect. Now I want this on the glass only. So I'll go back up here to the left hand side, click the mountain and the sun, and press textured glass. Middle mouse click to drag it where you want. I want this one on the, let's see, I want it on this pane of glass right here. Might not fit perfectly, but that's okay. Now you see how that's a sandy, muddy color? It's because I forgot to change my color of my brush back to white. So I'll press Ctrl Z, press the color, highlight that, and just hold F until it doesn't let me go anymore. Press enter and you're back to white. Bring it back over to the left hand side, then color it in now. Now it's nice and vibrant. Now it's all nice and vibrant. I don't like the way it looks there. So I'm going to try to get it on the back glass. Since I couldn't do it over here and get it lined up how I wanted, I could try to line it up over here. I'll press Y, Shift, middle click to arrange it the way I want. Control right click to rotate the image. Shift right click to zoom the image in. And change the size of it. I want the shark to be up here, so I'll add the shark here. Now I want the coral reefs to be like right here. See how my brush is too big to do this, so I'll go up here, change my radius to a smaller radius, like 20, and take your time. So I messed up right here. That's fine. Control Z, Control Z. You got the shark where you want it. Bring it over to the glass over here. Rotate the image upside down. Make this larger so you have a better view. Get it situated the way you want. So I want it looking just like this. I went over the glass on the other side like that. So I just press Control Z to erase what I did. Go slower on the edge. And then you could scribble it in. Bring the image off to the right hand side. Helps you see if you missed a spot. I missed a spot right here. I couldn't see that with the image right there. Just move it off to the right hand side. Don't click anything. And you can see where you missed. Bring it back. Left click. Highlight it. Bring it back over. Looks, missed another spot right there. I didn't see that. It's right here. So I'm going to bring it back. Highlight over that. Alright. Now change the size of the image. That looks good to me. And you just repeat that for every image you have. Once you get it looking how you want it to, you'll come over here to the left hand side where it says image. Press image, save as, save Subaru Forester textured glass. It's going to be highlighted red, save as image. And that's overriding your previous image where it's only blacked out. Do the same thing for your textured body. So you'll come over here to the left hand side where the mountain and the sun are. Click the drop down. Click on textured body. Once that's open, we didn't do anything to it, but just to be safe, go to image right here. You'll go to image, save as, Subaru Forester textured body, or whatever your vehicle's name is. Save as image. Alright. We're done now. So you'll close out Blender. Do not save. You will take your text file, bring it off to the side. You won't need it. Do not delete them. They are important. You don't need it to import your image. Open up your file. Go to your Kino. So carx Kino. If you're in Steam, you will navigate to where you have carx at. Right click it, manage, browse local files. Press Kino. Mods, Kino base. Scroll down until you see visuals. You want to put it in livery template build, not livery templates. Put it in livery template build. Since I have a file, I won't be going through Steam. I will navigate to my file, go to Kino, Mods, Kino Base, Visuals, Livery Template Build. I will highlight these and I will just drag them and drop them in. I'm done with this now. I will exit it out and launch carx. This will pop up, so if you have this, just press the key to deactivate it. For me, it's F7. Alright, now that we're in here, we will press F4, go to Visuals, Livery Templates, Template Constructor, Body Texture. You want to find your vehicle. Here it is. Not material body, texture body. And then textured glass. So, textured glass. Material body is on the bottom. So you'll scroll down to find your material body. Subaru Forester material body. Then go to material glass. Once that's done, press bake. And if you didn't rename it already, you could rename it now. I'm just going to leave it as a stock name. Save. Alright. It's saved, so you'll press back, go to load a template, and your file should be right here. Click on it, press back, close it out, and you should have your texture on your glass. And if you had anything on your body, it will be on your body as well. And let's say you want to add to this. So F4, Tools, Car Dump, Dump Full Model and Livery, and it'll save the livery that it has on your windows or body. If you find something else you want to add later on, it'll just be a different livery at that point. So you'll have to go through the whole process of F4, Visuals, Livery Template, Template Constructor, and do all that again. But make sure you have it named a different name than your original body texture, or else you won't be able to differ them apart, and they'll get mixed matched and the graphics won't line up anymore. But I'm done with this. So let's say your buddy wants the livery that you have. You'll press F4, go to Template, Load Template, Open Folder, and you'll find the livery that you have right here, the Subaru Forester. You can rename it here as well. Take it. You'll be able to take it and drag it to them in Discord or wherever you're sending it. And drop it in, and they could download this and have your livery.